Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Togen's Fly Shop, Maui Jim Sunglasses, and Hardy Rods and Reels.
Good day, everyone. Today on the bench I'm going to tie you up a variation of the Doc Spratley. The Spratley has been one of the most productive lake flies in British Columbia and many other regions for a long time. I'm going to use some other materials, some new materials to trick this out a little bit. They weren't available when the Spratley was tied with the original floss or wool bodies with the silver tinsel ribbing on it. I've got some of this Semperfli Straggle string, and you'll see here is some pale olive brown. This is brown olive. This one here looks a little goldish. This one here is a Peacock green, the one I've got on the vise right now actually, and then this one here is in a camel color, and another very nice variation. It comes in all kinds of material. This comes in all kinds of colors, but what makes it just so eye appealing for me and the trout is the UV that's infused in this fiber, the straggle string. So let's get ready and tie the fly. And the materials I'm going to use is 1710 Daiichi, stream, or kind of a 2x long nymph hook, size 8. The tail and the throat, I'm going to be using some Mallard flank. It's dyed wood duck color. I like that color variation on most of my flies, and also some ringneck pheasant fibers for the wing. The thread, I'm going to be using some 6/0 black thread. Use some Solarez bone dried for the head, coat that, and for the body, of course, we'll be using the Semperfli Straggle string, and we'll get a hook in the vise. So I'll just go in my box here. I've got these are all pre-wrapped in here. I take a box of 100 and then I just do all my lead at one time. That just saves me another step when I'm on the bench and I'm wrapping commercially or whatever. It just saves me a little bit of another step, some materials that I don't need on my table. Okay, so we're just and I would tie this fly weighted. I know there's so many guys that, or I see a lot of them, and a lot of them over the years have just trolled this fly behind a rowboat or just a small boat very slowly, and I want that weight just to help get down a little bit into the zone. And if the shank's weighted all the way through, it'll ride fairly flat. It's not going to undulate. We don't want that. Now I want to come in here with my Mallard flank and find some feathers here with good strong tips on them. Usually when I'm doing this, I'll take them longer feathers and use them for other wings, and I'll be looking for more of a square end on this feather like that. It is another little one. This will make nice tails. I take the weak tips off the bottom here. You'll see those are pretty weak. Just strip them away. You don't want those. And then I'll get a nice little patch for my tail. Make sure you kind of roll that together so it's going to, the dull side up, so that way that'll curve up on you a little bit. There you go. You don't want to really flop out to the side too much. Okay, we'll do another green one here. Tie in our straggle string at the back. Very simple fly to tie. Any beginner can do this. And it catches fish, so what else do you really want? The old Spratley. So I'm just going to make sure I preen back all my UV off the string. Don't want to trap it down. I want it sticking out as much as possible. I'm going to wrap it up just each turn just right inside the next one, all the way up to the front. And you see how that straggle string the UV just wants to stick out on its own. And that is very, very eye-catching for them trout. You can see that UV a long, long way, and that'll catch your attention. And that's really what we want to do anytime we're out fishing. Okay, now I'll come in here with my wing. I'm going to take some, strip off a nice little chunk of fibers from my pheasant tail there. Pinch them on the top, get some good tight turns on there. I'll come in at the same angle as the eye on my hook. Trim my materials off, keeps the eye fairly clean. That'll look good in the water there. Just turn it upside down. We're going to get some more of our fibers. I can just cut them off. And I'm going to have a nice little throat. Tied in from the bottom. And get your scissors in here nice and close. Trim those butts off. The original Spratley has the Peacock hurl head on it, but I just go real close here, build a nice big head, get my, it covers up the butts of the, well, your material is really that Peacock head, but put a nice clean head on there. This will fish just fine like this. You can use different colored threads, but I do like using black, like I mentioned before, on weighted flies. That way I know in my fly box which flies are weighted and which aren't. I'm going to put some Solarez on there. That runs into the material a little bit, that's okay. And then we'll cook that on with our light, our UV light. Use any kind of head cement that you wish on there. And there it is, just a simple old standby pattern. That's Doc Spratley, just a little bit updated with, upgraded with this Semperfli Straggle string, and the UV is the magic on this material for sure. So we see a lot of new patterns or old patterns nowadays. We can look through all the new materials that are available to us and make some changes and be surprised what you may come up with. So do a little experimentation when you're on and off the water, tying your own flies. It's a lot of fun too, and creating your own flies. So all the best to you. Thank you for watching. Catch you again real soon.